Welcome to our video about the fascinating world of Pokemon and their placement on the Tree of Life. Today, we will take a closer look at Clefairy and its relationships with Raticate and Raichu. The Contaglire's clade is based on DNA sequence analyses and retrotransposon markers that combine the clade's Gliaries, Rodentia plus Lagomorpha, and Conta, Scandentia plus Primates plus Dermoptera. It is usually discussed without a taxonomic rank but has been called a cohort, magnorder, or superorder. Relations among the four cohorts, Contaglires, Xenarthra, Loriciotheria, Aphrotheria, and the identity of the placental root remain controversial. So far, few, if any, distinctive anatomical features have been recognized that support Contaglires, nor does any strong evidence from anatomy support alternative hypotheses. Although both Contaglires and diprotodont marsupials are documented to possess a vermiform appendix, this feature evolved as a result of convergent evolution. Contaglires probably split from the Barioeutheria magnorder about 85 to 95 million years ago, during the Cretaceous, and developed in the Laurasian island group that would later become Europe. Is supported by molecular evidence. So far, the earliest known fossils date to the early Paleocene. The combined clade of Contaglires and Loriciotheria is recognized as Barioeutheria. The colugo, Dermoptera, also known as giant, gliding lemurs, flying lemurs, or colugos, are an order of placental mammals in the Contaglires clade. The order consists of a single living family, Cynocephalidae, with two species in two monotypic genera, the Philippine flying lemur, Cynocephaly volans, and the Sunda flying lemur, Galeopterus variegatus, synonym also Cynocephaly variegatus. Both species live in Southeast Asia and are exclusively herbivorous. They are about the size of a cat and can undertake long gliding flights with their characteristic gliding membrane, which has a wingspan of 70 to 120 centimeters. Colugo are about the size of a cat but much lighter. Depending on the species, the total length is 56 to 69 centimeters with a head-body length of 34 to 42 centimeters and a tail length of 22 to 27 centimeters. The weight typically ranges from 1 to 1.75 kilograms. The wingspan is usually 70 centimeters, with a maximum of 120 centimeters. On average, the Sunda flying lemur is larger than the Philippine flying lemur, though the differences are minimal. The largely bark-colored fur of colugo has a variable pattern on a gray to brown background with white, brown, and black spots. The forelimbs and hindlimbs are approximately the same length and are very long and thin. The claws of the fingers are long and strong, and the short thumb cannot be opposed to the other fingers. The greyhound-like pointed head gave the scientific name of the extant genus, Cynocephaly equals dog head. The large eyes are about the same size as the relatively small ears. Characteristic of colugo is the gliding membrane, patagium, which allows them to glide for distances up to 70 meters. It consists of a skin membrane stretched between the neck and forelimbs, propatagium, forelimbs and hindlimbs, plagiopatagium, and between the tail and hindlimbs, uropatagium. The limbs and tail are completely incorporated into the gliding membrane, with only the claws of the fingers and toes protruding. The sections of the gliding membrane between the fingers and toes are called the chiropatagium. The gliding membrane is hairy and colored gray or brown with light spots on the upper side, while the underside is lighter beige to bright orange and spotless. The surface area of the gliding membrane is much larger than that of other gliding mammals such as the sugar gliders and flying squirrels. The skull of colugo, apart from the dentition, shows hardly any peculiarities compared to the typical mammalian skull. The snout region is flat and broad, with no sagittal crest. The eye socket is not completely closed, with the ring between the zygomatic bone and the frontal bone interrupted behind the eye. The brain case is relatively small for the body size of the animals. A unique feature of the hearing is the horizontally oriented eardrum. The 34 teeth of colugo are small, with the dental formula 2/3, 1/1, 2/2, 3/3. The highly specialized dentition of colugo resembles no other mammal and is specifically adapted to their diet. Similar to various species of ruminants, the front upper jaw has no teeth, the two incisors, of which the first is relatively small, are positioned at the side of the jaw arch in front of the canines. The second upper incisor has two roots. This is unique among mammals. The lower incisors and canines also have two roots. The lower incisors form a tooth comb, a feature also found in similar form in strepsirrhine primates. The tips of these teeth are divided into up to 20 comb-like structures per tooth. The function of these teeth is still unknown, but it is believed that they may serve to filter tree sap or improve fur cleaning. The molars are triangular in shape and equipped with 5 cusps. Colugo live in Southeast Asia. The range of the Sunda flying lemur includes southern Indochina, Thailand, Malaysia, and western Indonesia up to Borneo and Java, while the Philippine flying lemur is found only in the southern Philippines. The 2 extant species inhabit tropical forests in their range. The Sunda flying lemur can also be found in coconut plantations in the region. Colugo are predominantly nocturnal tree dwellers and rarely come to the ground. They spend the day in tree cavities or hanging from branches and tree trunks at heights of 25 to 50 meters. They prefer high, hollow trees on steep slopes from which they can quickly leap and glide long distances. They are easily scared away by knocking on trees or other loud noises, but they typically remain in their tree and burn during forest fires. Nocturnality protects the animals from predators, as many large predators like the monkey eagle are diurnal. When hanging from trunks or branches, the gliding membrane is usually spread out like a cloak. In coconut plantations, colugo often curl up between palm fronds like a ball. Upon the appearance of a bird of prey, they spread the patagium and glide away. At night, they search for food, often gliding to already known trees. Colugo are generally solitary, but several colugo may feed on the same tree simultaneously. The territory size ranges from about 6 to 13 hectares, with territories overlapping widely. They are slow and clumsy climbers, but with their sloth-like oriented claws, they can move very well upside down on horizontal branches, similar to sloths. The vocalizations of colugo are not well researched, but limited information is available. Duck-like cries are primarily emitted by juveniles, while adult vocalizations are very similar but rarely emitted. When a colugo moves from one tree to another, it spreads its gliding membrane and jumps from the tree. With the help of stereoscopic vision, colugo can estimate the landing point before a flight. Glides usually cover distances of 50 to 70 meters, but glides of 100 meters or more have also been observed. In a record glide of 136 meters, the altitude loss was 12 meters. Further glides may be possible, but this distance has been the largest recorded so far. However, the animal is hardly able to influence its flight path during this movement. Upon landing on the targeted tree, it climbs back up to compensate for the altitude loss. Landing on the ground is always avoided. Colugo primarily feed on leaves, and also consume fruits, flower buds, lichens, and ants. Plant food is usually pulled towards the mouth with the forepaws, where it is then plucked with the help of the strong tongue and the lower incisor row. Similar to other tree dwellers, they obtain the liquid they need to survive from their food, especially with wet leaves. Maximum moisture intake is ensured, and precipitation. The slow movement in the canopy and long, low-speed glides make colugo easy prey for birds of prey. A particularly intense colugo hunter is the monkey eagle, Pithecophaga jefferyi. Philippine flying lemurs are among its main prey. It is estimated that 90% of its prey are colugo. The order of colugo is fossilized and has been documented since the Paleocene and Eocene, but never reached a great diversity of forms. Remains of the early species, Planetitherium mirabile, have been found in North America and date from the late Paleocene. Here, Ellesmere appeared in the lower Eocene north of the Arctic Circle and was found in the Margaret Formation. The region was then characterized by warm to subtropical climate. Dermotherium from the Eocene of Thailand already closely resembled today's forms. Besides the extant family, 5 other families are fossilized. These include Plagiomenidae, Syriacotheridae, Thylacolurinae, and Mixodectidae. That's it for now. In the next episode, we will take a